The tube is a companion that has been connecting people and places for generations. For 150 years it has been building the character of London and has become an essential part of its culture and life. To celebrate the anniversary of the Underground, London Transport Museum is holding many events. People have a chance to take a journey in an original steam train, go to different talks and enjoy the art of the Underground at the poster exhibition. The workers of the museum, Felicity Premru and Geoff Rowe, are happy that the public have joined the celebrations.
We've had more calls than ever before on the 10th of January, which is the anniversary of the tube, and it stimulated a lot of people to come down to the museum.
With the 150th celebrations, our numbers are definitely up, and it's good for the museum and good for London really, because we're able to deliver the story of how London Underground came about.
It was in 1863 when the first locomotive covered in steam departed from Paddington to Farringdon Station.
The next station is Farringdon.
Although it was only 3.5 miles long, it was a crucial step in the history of how people got around London and the beginning of a new era. In the first years, Londoners were skeptical about this new transport, but they soon discovered its potential.
Tube has enabled people to live further out of London, for new suburbs to develop. For example, it started with maybe the Metropolitan line, which spanned up to 50 miles of track actually, and enabling Londoners to live away from their work, for them to travel to work.
Today, 3.5 million journeys are made every day. Within 150 years, London Underground has become an indispensable part of Londoners' lives. People like to complain about it, but deep inside they are proud of the tube. TfL worker Mohammed Wes, who helps to keep the traffic moving at peak time in the Metropolitan line, and the passenger Pete Andrews highlight the strong points of the service to fight the critics. Mohammed first.
Everyone complains about the London Underground being very expensive, but I think it has to be expensive for us to kind of deliver the kind of service that we deliver. And if you compare us with the rest of the world, I think London Underground is probably one of the best.
It's a fantastic achievement, keeps the city moving, which is brilliant, and beyond that, just for general life in the rest of the weekend, it's normally generally pretty good, so we enjoy it.
Winding your way down Baker Street, lighting your head and
the Underground is considered to be an icon of London. Matt Brown is the editor of Londonist, which is the online guide about the capital, and he is an expert on London's life.
I think every Londoner, in their heart of heart, loves the tube network, loves that great history it's got, and not just Londoners, people from overseas go on it for the fun of going on it, not to get from A to B, but just to experience the London Underground. It's almost a World Heritage Site. It's one of those worldwide phenomenons that people know about.
Mind the gap, please.
When you say London Underground, the logo, the map, the favourite announcement, Mind the Gap, are the first things that come to your mind. These features make the Underground unique. For Londoners, the tube can be not only a means of transport, but also a hobby. It is like a book full of different stories, which are amusing as well as terrifying.
There's lots of ghost stories connected with the tube. The most famous, perhaps, is in Covent Garden, where a famous Victorian actor called William Terrace, he was murdered on the streets of London, above ground, on Maiden Lane, stabbed to death by a sort of stalker, somebody who'd been following him around. And shortly thereafter, his apparition was seen on the tube platform, but he's been reported many times over the years, wandering around the platforms of Covent Garden, and he's one of many.
People are interested in the tube in many ways. Mark Mason is so fascinated by the capital that he decided to walk the lines and explore London by going through every single station of the Underground map. This map is seen as a piece of art, and its classic design has inspired other tube maps all over the world.
I walk the line.
It's got a circle and straight lines going through it. Whenever there's a bend, it's 45 degrees, and there's lots of different colours. And I think it appeals to the child in us, that we all draw little diagrams when we're kids with lots of different squiggly lines and different colours. And the tube map brings that out in us, I think, and people see that. I think the map really did make the tube an icon, even more than the system itself.
On his journey, Mark talked to many people and discover the relationship between Londoners and the Underground. All his experiences are gathered in the book Walk the Lines.
And people know lots of silly little bits of trivia about the Underground as well. Things like there's only one station of all 269 stations that shares no letters with the word mackerel, which is so stupid that it sticks in people's minds. And there's only one tube station of all 269 that has a one-syllable name, which is Bank.
He's got this dream about buying some land. He's gonna give up the booze and the one-night stand.
Celebrations of 150 years of the London Underground mean that one era is over, but the tube has not stopped moving.
But you know he'll always keep moving. You know he's never gonna stop moving. 'Cause he's rolling, he's the rolling stone.
Further improvement and development is on the way, and this raises the question: what will happen in the next 150 years? This is people's favorite subject of discussion.
If you look back to some of the old kind of fantasies of what modern London might be like, there's always some sort of fantasy about air, buses in the air or tubes running in the air. So it would be interesting to be there to see what might happen in the future.
Well, I think they'll get rid of the tube and we'll invent teleportations.
No matter the changes, what is for sure is that the Underground will always be a beating heart of London.